Okay, let's do this fucking shit.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to another episode of Sitting Ringside. This is episode number 173. As always, Robert Villa here, and my boys, Mark Andrew Miller and Rudy Lara. How's it going, fellas?
Pretty good.
I hear you, bro. That's the beauty of going live, my friend.
Anything can
Right
happen.
on, bro. Yes, sir. That's the beauty of going. Well, fellas, we have an awesome show tonight. We have UFC fighter straight from Canada, Kyle the Monster Nelson. He is going to be joining us here in a little bit. We're going to talk to him about his upcoming fight against Blake Bilder. It's going to be a very interesting conversation with the Canadian here, being that we have a Canadian host here with us. Right on. But before we get started, let me go ahead and do our quick shout outs. HKA USA. Go to hkausa.com. Show your support as they show a lot of support to us. Also, go and check out Brave Combat Federation. They are huge supporters of Fightbook MMA. So watch their fights. Go to their website. They are a badass promotion. Also, shout out to One Championship and to all the promotions that we work with. And also to, let's see here, Flow Combat, Flow Combat, Fight TV, ESPN Plus, The Zone, and MMA TV. All right, guys, like we said, it's episode number 173. Let me do the quick breakdown of the upcoming fights. There is no UFC, but there's a shit ton of events coming up. And I mean a lot. So in the MMA, kickboxing, grappling, Muay Thai category, We got 10 events coming up. Obviously, every Friday night, one championship has their one Friday Fights 18. Fightbook MMA will have the full and complete results at the website. The next 6 events are going to be streaming live on Fight and at Fightbook MMA. First off, Century NFC, Rex Redemptor, Rio de Janeiro. Also on the 26th, Hex Fight Series 26, Roll in the Cage 7. And then on the 27th, Demolition Fight Series 10, Blade Fights 2, Rage in the Cage, OKC 93. Also on the 27th, some kickboxing, Glory 86 is happening. LFA 159, and our friends over there at Combate Global Martinez versus Saraus. In the boxing bare knuckle slap fighting category, this one's going to be live on Fight and Fightbook MMA on the 20. I put this one wrong. I'm going to go backwards. On the 28th, Battle of the Ages Season 3. Ooh. Then on. Then let's go back on the 22nd. We have live in Northern Ireland in Belfast, live on ESPN Plus. It's going to be a title fight. Luis Alberto Lopez versus Michael Conlon. They're fighting for Lopez's IBF featherweight title. This one's going to be a good matchup. Also, another title fight on the 27th, live in Manchester, England, on the Zone. Mauricio Lara versus Leigh Wood. The 12-rounder fighting for Lara's WBA featherweight title. And last but not least, in Bournemouth, England, live on Sky Sports in the UK only. It is a title fight. Lawrence Okoli versus Chris Billum-Smith. It's another 12-rounder fighting for Okoli's WBO cruiserweight title. Since David is not with us this evening, Rudy, what do we always say about these fights, man?
Not watching every single fight.
Hell.
Not doing the fucking Friday challenge. 100%.
That, my friend, is very, very true. We had a UFC fight night, Dern versus Hill. Let's go ahead and do a quick recap on that fight. This happened last weekend. What are you guys' thought on this event?
I liked it. You know what I mean? There's some good fights, and Divorce Stern. I like Divorce Stern, honestly. Let's go.
Dude, she put on a freaking clinic.
Mm-hmm.
Against another striker as Angela Hill. She put on a clinic, bro. It was impressive, the way Dern fought. So yeah, it was a good main event. What about the rest of the card? What about you, Rudy? What do you think?
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, that to me was the bomb right there, bro.
That was nuts. Chase Hooper, though, what a comeback! Like, dude, welcome back.
Welcome back, Chase Hooper.
Mm-hmm. I was impressed. I was very impressed with Chase.
Yeah, that was a good fight, man.
Very good turnaround from his last fight.
Yeah. I was.
Oh, of course.
I was just gonna say, you know, after being getting his ass whooped against our boy, it's against our boy Steve Garcia. Oh, okay, cool.
Oh, there we go.
Right on. Let's go ahead and get him on here. Let's get the audio connected. There we go. All
up,
right,
Kyle?
y'all. Let's everybody that's watching right now, let's go ahead and welcome a UFC fighter, Mr. Kyle the Monster Nelson. How's it going, brother?
Oh, it's going great. How are you guys?
We're doing fantastic, man. Thank you so much for being able to jump on with us tonight. We're just, a couple guys love to talk fights and all kinds of other stuff. So welcome to the show, man.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Right on. Mark, start it off, brother.
So now that UFC is coming back to Canada finally, how excited are you, and what can the hometown fans expect on June 10th?
Yeah. I mean, it's been like three and a bit years maybe since UFC's been to Canada, which has meant I've had to travel, down to the States, over to England, and I love to travel, but there's nothing like fighting at home. So very excited to fight in front of an arena full of Canadians and Canadian fans, and so it's definitely going to motivate me to put on my best show yet.
I can't wait to see how the crowd reacts after.
Mm-hmm. That is
right
true.
on. So Kyle, you're so before we got you on and we were off air here, we were talking about your last two fights, and we were talking about the fight against Billy Quarantillo. That, to me, that fight was a fucking war. It was just a banger of a fight. I had you winning that fight until, obviously, unfortunately you did get caught, but things happen. But man, dude, that fight was just it was just awesome. So, and then the fight against Jai Herbert, in my opinion, you should have won that fight.
Yeah, I thought so too.
Mm-hmm.
What did you do anything different during camp from these two losses coming into fighting Bilder? I know you had a majority decision against Doho Choi, but it's these three fights. I'm sure it put a fire for you to come in and put on a great show, especially in front of your hometown, your friends, your family. Was there anything different that you did during camp, or was it just business as usual?
So a little bit of business as usual. Since the Billy fight, again, like I felt my skill set in the Billy fight was great. Just kind of the weight cut and stuff didn't go the best, cutting down to 145 on shorter notice. So that's why I moved up to 155 and again fought Herbert. Again, that weight cut went great. So, I was able to kind of keep the pace up for the whole fight. Unfortunately, the judges kind of sided with him. And then after that, we went back down to 145 with a little bit more notice. And then that fight went again. I thought it went great. Skill set felt good. I didn't gas out, didn't get too tired like I did in the Billy fight. So I was able to kind of maintain, my skill set, which I felt, I got the better of Doho in that fight. Felt like he was a little more defensive. I came close to finishing the fight in the first round with the choke, and then in the second round, I rocked him pretty good. But so we're just gonna keep building off that. Now that my cardio and stuff is taken care of, my weight cuts are going a lot smoother down to 145, and my conditioning is even better than ever. So I'm able to keep that high output without worrying about gassing.
Nice.
That's good, man, because it's we see a lot of fighters that don't try to change anything of what they're doing, especially during fight camp and their training. Especially coming with these type of losses, like to me, I feel like, yeah, you lost, but it wasn't like like you didn't get like it wasn't a total loss. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if I can articulate what I'm trying to say, but um, I know sometimes like the fighters have that in the back of their mind. They're like, shit, man, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it again. Um, but I see that you know, you're pretty focused and you look like you're ready to go in there and put on a show, man.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Again, even in the Billy fight, I felt again like I was winning. Definitely won the first round. I thought I had the second round. Just yeah, the weight cut kind of caught up to me in that third round,
Mhm.
and so yeah, with Jai, everything went pretty smoothly. Same with Superboy. Now it's just going to be putting the pedal down a little bit more and stepping up the pace, and then when I'm landing those shots, making sure that I don't let them get away.
Are we going to see a lot more elbows in the clinch if it gets to that point, man? Because you got some nasty elbows.
Yeah, yeah, definitely knees and elbows, in that tie clinch in the 50-50. So, I know Herbert ate a couple of them. I was able to finish polo with those. So it's definitely, a weapon that I look for, but I'm sure Bilder's going to be trying to avoid that at all costs.
Even those calf kicks, man, because you were landing those calf kicks against Herbert and he didn't like it.
No, no, again, I think my last two opponents kind of left the arena on crutches. So,
How long have you been in camp for?
So we did again. I fought like July last year in England. I took a little bit of time off. Like I stayed training and stuff, but took the foot off the gas pedal a little bit to make sure I recovered. And then yeah, went into the Superboy fight, and then I got out of that one again without any injuries or anything. Didn't really get hit too much in that fight, if at all. So I was ready to go right away. So I kind of just stayed in camp for the most part, and there was always kind of rumors about the UFC coming to Canada, so I wanted to make sure I was ready for that.
Hell yeah, man. What was your initial thought when your manager called you up and said, hey, you got to fight here in Canada?
Yeah, I mean, I was super excited. That was before, like I got the notice or the fight offer kind of before any of my teammates or really. We kind of heard rumors about Calgary or Vancouver, but we didn't really know a date. We didn't really know anything yet. So when I got that offer, even on the fight offer, it didn't say where it was going to be. Just said like June 10th, my opponent. So we're like, we're pretty sure it's going to be in Canada because we knew they were wanting to come to Canada. But then the rumors started flying about whether it was going to be Calgary or Vancouver. Some people were even saying Toronto. So it was, definitely exciting, and I would love to fight in Toronto again soon. So hopefully they'll come back here before the end of the year.
Mm-hmm.
This event falls on my first. That won't be the first time that you made some money.
Now, how awesome for you to fight at a pay-per-view event, with Amanda Nunes versus Aldana. It's a stacked card, and you're on that bill, man. It's to me, I feel like that's a true honor to be on this pay-per-view event. Um, Bro, I mean, how awesome is that, Cloud?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it feels great. And I think the UFC has recognized my skill set, my hard work, and again, even coming off the draw and the loss, I think they kind of, I think maybe they saw it maybe going the other way. But even if not, in the Billy fight, Dana came back and told me how well he thought I did and stuff like that. So I know they appreciate my fighting style and how I move forward, and I'm always looking to finish the fight. So I'm sure that's why they're putting me on this card, and it's going to be nice to be on a pay-per-view again. I think I've only been on one, and it was my first fight, kind of on 3 days' notice. But I remember the kind of different, the different energy and the ceremonial weigh-ins and kind of the different stuff that goes on for the pay-per-view events. I'm excited to get to live that again.
Yeah, man, that's pretty badass. Um, so off of your training and when you're not in fight camp, do you still go to your old stomping grounds at Moose Delaney Sports Grill to watch the fights?
Yeah, yeah, I try and get by there whenever I can. I split my time between my hometown in Huntsville, Muskoka, and then down to
Mhm.
Stony Creek where I do a lot of my training. So
Right
yeah, I'm
down the
kind of all
highway.
over the place, but yeah, I do love stopping in at Mussolini's when I can.
Right on, man. That's awesome. That place looks awesome, man. When I was looking at the pictures, like, wow, it's a cool little spot, man.
Yeah, yeah, and they fill it up every time I fight. So it's great that my hometown can kind of come together and watch me fight.
That's
Mhm.
amazing. Mark?
Yeah, I know you've came down to St. Catharines to train with Niagara Top Team. How did you enjoy it being down here?
Yeah, I love it. I mean, I'm there, once or twice a week. I was there this morning. So yeah, so I do a lot of my pro sparring there. And a lot of kind of the high level pros, even all over the GTA and stuff kind of come together to meet at Niagara Top Team. So we got guys in the UFC, PFL, Bellator, BFL, kind of all the main organizations and then all the kind of local shows as well.
Mhm. I got a funny question. What's your ketchup on KD? Yes or no? If you eat KD.
No ketchup.
I don't know what that is, but cool.
And what is your favorite cheat meal?
Probably pizza. I do like like cakes and donuts and stuff like that, the
Oh,
sweets.
you sound like an American. I would
Yeah, poutine's good, but
I
the
love
pizza, it's got everything in it for me.
we're all
Yeah, Mark. Yeah, we always like to pick on our Canadian friend here, Mark. Just because he's fun to pick on. Oh man. So, uh, what do you do for fun, man? Let's get to know you a little bit more outside of the fighting. I mean, what do you do for fun? I know you're a family man. You're a church going guy. Um, Talk to us about that, man.
Yeah, yeah. So absolutely. I mean, every Sunday we're at church. Then I like going to the movies. Movies are kind of a nice escape, especially in training camp. When all I do is like train, eat, sleep, fighting and then watching fights and then watching the UFC and stuff. So movies are definitely something that I like to get away, reading a little bit. And then yeah, just coming home to Huntsville, where I'm from, is a small town. So I get to go out and ride four wheelers with my fiance and shoot some guns and do some cool stuff like that. That gets me out in the outdoors and kind of takes my mind off the sport.
Right on. So, what's the latest movie you watched?
Yes, we've been watching a lot of movies. We just went to the movie theater and watched Fast and Furious 10. So
Oh,
I've missed like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I was kind of behind on it. But, I figured it's one of those ones that's just going to be action packed and full of crazy stuff. So I wasn't too concerned about a really deep storyline or plot with something like Fast and Furious. So it was just kind of get out and watch an action movie.
did you like it?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, some
Yeah.
of the action was over the top. It was kind of what I was expecting. It's some pretty crazy, unrealistic stuff, but
can't watch movies at home. We read it. We watch everything with subtitles. So when we get to get away and go to the movies,
yeah, it's even better when you have some popcorn and stuff.
oh
So
yeah, I love the
after June 10th.
Yeah, you get the popcorn, your drinks, your nachos, the hot dogs. I mean, the whole 9 yards, the candy. I think
Yeah,
that's the
chocolate, a bunch
best.
of chocolate, and yeah,
Yeah. So that Fast 10, man, we were gonna go watch it last weekend, but we couldn't go. So we're gonna go this weekend since it's a Memorial Day weekend, long 3-day weekend for us. So we're probably gonna end up going on Sunday, or probably tomorrow since there's no UFC tomorrow. But
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I might go fishing too, man. Now that you think, now that you mentioned that, I'm gonna have to tell the wife we're gonna go fishing.
There
You
you
like
go.
to go? You like to go fish, Kyle?
Yep. Yeah, yeah. I
Yeah.
grew up fishing, hunting, all that stuff. So mainly deer, deer like white-tailed deer a lot, moose. We haven't been out for moose a whole lot lately because we like to go a little farther north for that. And then just with fights and stuff, I've been busy. But yeah, deer, moose, partridge are kind of the main stuff we go out for.
Those get a lot of
Mm-hmm.
of those.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I think
How is it? Good.
yeah, I prefer it over deer, over venison. Yeah, I think it's a little better flavor.
Hmm.
Try that. Come on, Mark. You never told me about. Talk about
Mark and his Tim Hortons, like,
I don't
what's
even
that
have
food?
Tim Hortons.
it.
I don't even. No, I have Tim Hortons. I just don't go to Tim Hortons. I don't drink coffee.
Oh shoot!
So Kyle, Unified MMA is also a couple weeks after your event. How excited are you for that event? 'Cause I know you're probably going to end up most likely going because you're right down the highway from Niagara Falls. So
Yep.
are
Yeah,
you
and
excited? Like,
yeah, we got a bunch of teammates fighting on that as well. Obviously, out of Niagara top team.
mm-hmm.
So yeah, I mean, Unified always puts on great cards. So yeah, I know I'd like to try and make it down for that. Here's BTC's got a fight coming up too, maybe. But yeah, there's just so much
Mm-hmm.
going in June. But yeah, I'd love to make it out as much as I can. And then my brother's getting married too, so I'm in the wedding party for that. So it's going to be a pretty jam-packed summer.
Wow, that's yeah. Because this summer, man, the UFC is gonna be putting out a shit ton of fights, man. Um, that's crazy. Well, congrats to your brother, man, that he's getting married. Speaking of marriage, when are you gonna tie the knot?
We'd like to do it soon. My brother's getting married this summer, so we may maybe start planning for next year.
Right
It's
on.
pretty crazy with trying to book wedding halls or this and that. Like everything's booked like a year in advance, especially where I'm from. I think a lot of people from like
Wow.
Toronto, big cities
Mm-hmm.
kind of come up here to do their wedding in like the country and stuff. So everything
Yep.
here gets booked up like a year in advance.
Dang, that's crazy. Here in the States, man, you can just pick up the phone and call wherever, and they're like, "Sure, next weekend."
Yeah, I think we're gonna do two weddings. So we're gonna do one
Oh,
up here in Canada, and then my fiance is from Virginia, so we're gonna do another one down there too. Yeah,
yeah, Virginia's nice in the summertime.
yeah, yeah. We get to go down there. We go down there probably every other month or so. Visit her family and stuff, and it's about an 8-hour drive. So if we split the drive, and sometimes we'll drive overnight, and then get to spend some time down there.
That's awesome. Right on, man. You guys have any more questions for our guest?
Yeah, man. Do you watch MMA? Like, I know some guys. Is it
Yeah, yeah, I mean, usually like every well, because UFC is on pretty much every Saturday, but usually every Saturday, even if there isn't like anyone I know or anyone I'm super interested, we'll have it kind of on in the background, and then yeah, I mean, like as it gets closer to fights, and I'm kind of burnt out, from training and stuff like that, I'll I won't watch it as closely, but there's always kind of the main events and stuff that I like to pay attention to. Favorite fighter right now? I mean, I'm interested in, kind of the drama and stuff going on between McGregor and Chandler right now. I'm I'm looking forward to see, how that goes in that season of The Ultimate Fighter. John Jones at heavyweight right now. I just heard some rumors that maybe him versus Stipe is off, so I don't know what exactly is going on there. But even Jones versus Sergey Pavlich, I believe.
Yeah.
I think that'd be a great fight as well. So yeah, I mean, there's lots of good stuff going on in MMA, and we'll see what happens with Francis and the PFL, and yeah.
That's got to be a first. First time anybody, our guest,
That is true.
we mentioned
That,
John
that,
Jones.
yeah, that's like our thing on the show is we have to mention John Jones. If it's the good, the bad, or the ugly, it doesn't matter. We got to throw in that name one way or another, and you beat us to it, man.
There we go.
Um, hey, now that you mentioned about Francis Ngannou, what are your thoughts on this new contract signing and his new role in the PFL Africa and fighters getting a guaranteed 2 million? I mean, what are your thoughts on that? Is that something that do you feel like it's going to be a shift in the MMA scene when we have free agents now?
Yeah. I mean, once I heard that, I was like, sign me up. I'll fight Francis, 2 million. I'll be diving for ankles, I'll be rolling, I'll be doing some capoeira. I don't know. I'll try
Yep.
some of who was it? Gracie not too long ago fought Charles Jourdain pulling guard and stuff. I'll
Oh,
do
dude.
2 million. But yeah, so I mean, like from what I've heard, sounds like Francis has done, a game changing, kind of deal there. I mean, not only for himself, but for his opponents, and hopefully he's setting a new standard for fighters in other organizations as well. It'll just be interesting. I mean, I hope it all goes as well as planned. I mean, the PFL signed off and is offering a lot. I just hope that they're able to kind of, stick to it and fulfill it. And then hopefully we'll see some of that trickle into some other organizations. I know sounds like the UFC kind of did a record year last year by making like 1 point some odd $billion. So, the UFC is definitely making some good money. So hopefully with Francis kind of setting some ripples in effect with his deal there, maybe we'll see some of that, come over to the UFC as well.
He outside of the UFC weren't giving them $2 million to fight Francis Ngannou, and I don't think it's going to be anybody that.
Yeah, they're gonna have to bring in, try and bring in a big name as well. I think to just financially for it to make sense for them. I mean, it's awesome that that the fighters are going to make, Francis will make whatever he's supposed to get, 8 million or whatever that is, and then his opponent getting 2 million, and Francis getting part of the gate, and all that's awesome. But the PFL still has to make money somewhere and somehow. So, yeah, I think you got to try and bring in a big name to get people to fill the seats and or buy the pay-per-view or however they end up doing it.
They bring in a big name, does wow. How big of a effect, the bottom line?
It would be unless whoever came in and took him out, had some sort of like Conor McGregor persona, and they could elevate that person off of Francis's name and stuff and really throw that guy into the spotlight. So yeah, whichever opponent they pick, they're gonna want to make sure they're picking a good guy that's maybe some charismatic and well known if possible. Hmm.
I don't
Fedor.
know, but I think that's knocked out. I don't know.
Yep. Yep. Even to take his back standing, like if he can just kind of get into some of that clinch stuff, who knows? Maybe he could take Francis back and choke him standing. I mean, Werdum's real tricky with jiu-jitsu.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's some interesting points there, man.
Mhm.
It's a huge shift, obviously, with what Francis is doing. Being that the UFC is making billions, and now with this whole merger with the WWE. I mean, it's I don't know. It's going to be very interesting. It's going to be very, very interesting. What are your thoughts on that, man? That the UFC, the company you fight for, is now in partners with the WWE. Do you even watch pro wrestling?
No, I don't really watch it too much. Like my brother's a fan of it. But yeah, I watched it when I was younger and stuff, then kind of
Yeah.
got away from it. But I mean, the WWE does, obviously they do amazing numbers. They fill stadiums all the time and make a bunch of money. So I don't know how much there's going to be any type of crossover or transfers or anything like that. But I mean, I'm not opposed to going in there and choke it, slamming somebody or
Hell
drop
yeah!
whatever. So yeah,
We'll
I'm
see.
open to
We'll see
that.
Kyle Nelson on a freaking ladder match.
Yeah,
How
there you go.
far is it gonna go as far as cross fight? We all know how it goes. WWE.
Yeah, yeah, but I can bring my deer stand into the WWE and jump off that.
Exactly.
Hold some.
That's awesome.
I mean, we've already seen, a lot of the UFC fighters cross over to the WWE, and then they're very successful. They're doing great. It's so for them to come over to the UFC, like Rudy said, we're gonna see another disaster, just like CM Punk.
Yeah,
But I feel like fighters going to the WWE is a different story. Y'all are athletic, and you can take a punch, you can take a hit, and like you said, man, you'll drop off the ropes, land, and make a good payday.
yeah.
So
What are
right
your
on,
thoughts
man.
on power?
I mean, Dana seems to be pretty excited about it, but I don't know like that. And from what I've heard about the guys, like how much they're getting paid, and I mean,
Yeah.
you're everyone's getting concussed, so it's not a long career. I mean, you make a couple grand, if that. It's it's just shot for shot, and so I don't really see any technique or skill or really any entertainment value in it. I'm not big on watching people just get knocked out for the sake of getting knocked out. If I see somebody like Francis put together a crazy combination or land a huge shot, then well, yeah, that was cool because there's some technique and there was a lot of stuff going on and a lot of factors. Whereas slap is just kind of you flip a coin and then we'll see who goes to sleep first. So it's not my cup of tea.
I'm one of them. I like style stuff. I mean, for me, it's just something fun to watch on a Wednesday night. It was on the weekend, but I watched the show last night and the fight.
Oh,
Yeah, just it,
yeah. From what I heard, it was like 2 grand. So maybe it was 2 grand to show. Which I don't know if that's worth brain damage. But yeah.
They got stars like their main star. The guy who's the biggest guy. What is his name? Started like power. Flat for cash. That's the guy. That dude got knocked out. Big one. That was fun watching. That 500 pounds.
child's like, no, not for me.
No.
So I never watched a single episode of Power Slap last year. Okay. I finally watched just 2 fights yesterday, and I was like, yeah, no, I can't. I cannot just sit there and watch this. I just, it's, yeah, I'm with you, Kyle. I cannot see this. You know, I tried. Sorry, Rudy. I tried, but I can't, man.
Don't apologize to me. Apologize to pigs and broilers, man.
Oh my God.
Kyle, will you ever dip into the bare knuckle scene?
I think the money would out. I mean, if they're offering me like that, Chad Mendez kind of money, I'd look into it. It's but again, I don't think it's a very long career either, just with the amount of like scar tissue and damage you're gonna take just from the bare knuckles and like getting cut so much. I don't think it's something you're gonna see. There's gonna be the odd kind of outlier that does 10 or 15 fights in a career. I think for the most part, it's kind of a, not a long career. So if the money was right, I might look at doing 1 or 2, but yeah, I wouldn't bet my future on it.
Mm.
That's a tough sport. Mike Perry built that. Now, yeah,
Yeah, I feel like the bare knuckle scene is for those fighters that are at their end of their career and they don't want to do MMA anymore. They just want to get that payday, and they feel that I got 3, 4 more fights in me. Let's just do the bare knuckle and call it a quits.
Yeah.
So, right on, man. Guys, anything else for Mr. Kyle here?
Thank you very much.
fight is gonna be on my birthday.
Yeah.
Hell
Thanks a
yeah.
lot for having me on, guys.
Yes, Kyle, before we let you go, man, like we always do with all our guests, any shout outs you want to give, any sponsors, anybody you want to give a shout out to, bro, go for it.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, thanks a lot to everyone in my gym, House of Champions, Muskoka Martial Arts, Niagara Top Team, all my sponsors, Moose Delaney's, the Sport Lab, Muskoka Renos, GLC Construction. Um, there's a few more in there. Check out my social media; you'll see all of them on there. Make sure you follow them and support them. And yeah, check me out on Instagram, the Monster 705 _ UFC, and then Facebook at Kyle the Monster Nelson.
Awesome. Thank you, sir, so much. Can't wait to see you fight here in a couple weeks and get that W, bro.
Awesome. Thanks a lot.
Right on, brother. Have a good night. Thank you.
Have a good one.
Awesome. Hell yeah. Good job, Mark.
Thank you. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
I always seen Bernard Hopkins, one of my old or my birthday.
Right on. Hell yeah. Well, Rudy, since we're on the subject of Power Slap, give us your take on episode 1 of Power Slap 2. Happened last night. What are your thoughts on it, man?
Some of the fights. I mean, it was okay, man. If I had to rate it, I would give it like after the knockout. So I think AJ Hines got it title.
Mm-hmm.
And he got knocked the fuck out.
Dude,
Out, bro. Cold.
it was. Woo. Yeah, that was a bad knockout.
And it was foul. And
Ooh.
But the Dane, the Hawaiian hitman, Nunes, knocked out Slap. 500-pound dude, Slap flying that hard. Took back.
Mhm.
Man, out cold. 5. Guy came out with Marvin Corey. Marvin Corey walking out.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
Slap cash. He was led power.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah, you'll find a ton of videos of them.
Hmm.
Slap. They pay.
That sounds like a
Uh,
freaking independent wrestler here in Canada. Ben Hameen. People pay him like, $5, $10 to get for him to slap them. It's freaking ridiculous. Oh my god.
Yeah, but overall,
It's
okay. I think what I saw last
oh nice.
oh, dude, when I was on watching it live and I was seeing that ticker, it was at 400, 500, then 600. I was like, holy shit, there's a lot of people watching this free fight. I know, out of all nights, it's a Wednesday.
yeah, out of them, power slap right up your head. Boss, buff, slap.
Mhm.
I like.
Hmm.
Slap. But it was funny seeing Marvin walk out. What? Marvin
Wow.
Corey. But I was surprised.
Yeah, that guy that got that lost the belt, is his name Wolverine? The one that was wearing the cowboy boots?
Wolverine got knocked out.
Yeah.
That was my favorite. The wine. And then they were interviewing him and they asked him, so, what do you plan on doing to celebrate? He's like, I'm gonna go home and take a nap. And she's like, what? He's like, yeah, I'm a big boy, I get real tired. Nap. I'll get up.
Oh Lord. Oh, that's hilarious. Oh man. Yeah, slap fight. I'm gonna give it again. I'm gonna give it a go again next week and see how I feel. But just something to have on. Oh man. Well, we'll see.
What did you grade last week?
Oh
I
man,
gave
you
it
know
an
what?
8.
I'm
I
gonna
gave it
give
an
it a
8.
I'm gonna give it a 9. Yeah.
I gave it an 8.
I really enjoyed the event. What about you? A 7.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
I think what did it to me was the Chase Hooper and and Mackenzie Dern's fight. And then our boy Diego Ferreira. I think that knockout right there just brought it up to that. Um, it's
there was a lot of impressive
Mm-hmm.
like Latifi Nascimento. I mean, it
Oh,
was probably an 8 out of 10.
oh yeah, that fight was garbage.
that fight was disappointing, honestly. I was very disappointed in that fight.
in the welterweight fight.
No,
Yeah, she
you
got the
know,
win, but it wasn't like a wow win, I guess.
Yeah, and the Demba Garimbo fight. It was good. Don't get me wrong. It was
hmm
a good fight. All the other fights are
hey, and then with Fluffy Hernandez with that knockout, that was good.
hmm
out of the Argentina, Cali, Carlos
Mm, mm,
fight
mm,
following friend of the show.
mhm. Yep, 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 yep. I'm trying to pull up the card here. Uh, yeah, that's what I thought. So the fight with Lupita and then to Cody, what do you guys think about that? Because there's a lot of hype on that fight for some reason. I obviously picked Lupita to win. I think there was just a lot of push with Emily being, with her record in Invicta.
Yeah.
I think,
Another fight.
yeah, it was.
So there was like four.
Eh,
I guess
fights.
yeah, four. Okay fight. Well, three okay fights. I don't know. That's what I'm saying.
Well, fine. I'll
And
give it an
and also
8.
the Dern fight. It was exciting.
Well, that's the
Hill
beauty
had a
of
couple
this.
good moments, but other than that, she was just, on the receiving end of a freaking very aggressive Dern.
She was.
Dern.
hmm
I think the divorce with Dern was just so bundled up inside her that she needed to put all that aggression out and took it out on Angela Hill. Well, I mean,
Any takers out there?
bro, Mark. I don't know, but you know what, man? The hats off to Dern. She did amazing. She, Angela Hill is a very good fighter. She's a very good striker, but she got outstruck, from a judo jiu-jitsu practitioner. So it was good. I felt that it was really good. Let's see here. How much time do we got?
Half
We
hour.
got we got 30 minutes. Let's see. Let's go. I don't know if you guys have any outside the cage news that you want to talk about.
I haven't had.
I
Got
know.
anything you want to talk about? Nope.
Let's see. BAKFC is going to Europe, which is pretty good. Um, let's see here. We have Tatiana Suarez. She's going to be fighting Verna Jandiroba on the August fight night card, which is pretty good, man. I think, she's been off. Let's see. Tatiana's been gone for what, 4 years?
Really,
So
that long?
I think so, man. I think she's been gone for 4 years. Um, yeah. I mean, how do you come back after 4 years being out of the UFC or fighting in general? Um, yeah, but dang, man, if we're
That's
gonna
a
talk about
long time.
ring rust, I think we're gonna
yeah.
see it there because she is coming back also. Healing an injury. I believe that's what got her pushed back for so long. So yeah, I think we'll see. I think Jandiroba is gonna welcome her back in an ugly way, and if Tatiana wins, then awesome. But yeah, that's I don't know.
Hmm.
It's going to be a very interesting fight. We already talked about Francis Ngannou. I really don't have anything else, fellas. I know David's. We don't have one this weekend.
So the Kai Kara France and Abazi is next weekend, not this weekend.
It's Saturday.
Okay. Shit.
Yeah, it's a pretty slow week of events with outside the
Well, there's
cage news,
BKFC
man.
last weekend, wasn't there?
Yeah,
Yeah.
there was BKFC.
50-year-old Houston Alexander. Holy crap.
Dude, I can't believe that he won against what's his name? God, his name just flew off my mind.
I don't know, but that was a fight. My God.
Yeah.
50 years old and he's still going out there like that.
Well, look how he's
with one
built.
kidney, with one kidney too, by the way.
One kidney, yeah. But look how he's built. This Houston is built just like he is just built to be fighting in bare knuckle fighting.
And Jade Mason Wong just beat the hell out of Tay Starling. Oh my God. That was bad.
Like I told you, Mark, I don't understand. I don't understand. I don't want to talk shit or talk bad about fighters, but there comes a time when you are getting knocked out on almost all your fights. And I feel like it's either time for a change of career in fighting, go back to MMA, or retire.
I've always thought that fighters, that's not
Yeah, but do you think that it's
or the commission
Yeah, I don't know, man. I feel bad for her because I've seen her fight live, and she got her ass beat by Christina when they were doing the Knuckle Mania here.
Oh my God.
And
they know what they signed.
That is true. They do know what they signed up for.
That's true. Yeah, you're right.
Or governing bodies fight. They feel that they can do it.
That is true.
They deserve to get paid.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, it is their decision, but man, it just sucks when you see them, get
Repeatedly
knocked out,
repeatedly get beat, and
repeatedly they get tagged, and then it's just they get knocked out. That is true. Yeah.
So what's all this talk with Aljo and Sean? Like Dana White saying this or that, like, you know, that he claimed to be injured, but Aljo saying I'm ready, but Dana White's saying that he claimed to be injured and wasn't ready. Like, what is this? You know, all this crap that's being said.
That, oh, I don't know.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Aljo, we've had his coach multiple times on our show, and he
Mhm.
talks, obviously very highly of him. And uh, just like Rudy said, Aljo's just waiting for the test results. It's not that like he doesn't want to fight, because Aljo's not the type of fighter to back down. He will always take a fight no matter what, right?
Mhm.
But if he's injured and he knows he's injured, then let's get that X-ray, MRI, whatever it is that they need to get done. And I think that's why he was waiting. And he always then that's probably why he told Dana White, I'm not, maybe he told Dana White, I'm not gonna fight. I'm waiting for my test results. And so since Dana White, the way Dana White is,
Mhm.
he likes to cause drama. And when he was saying all that stuff at the press conference, he a lot of people and a lot of media took it the wrong way. You know, they were saying, "No, well, Aljo said that he's not ready." Blah blah blah. When did that ever come out of Aljo's mouth? Never. He's just waiting, and he waited, got the results, and he's injured. And at that press conference, what did you guys see the press conference when he was
Um,
talking all kinds of shit about what's his name, Robin Black?
Oh yeah.
no, I did not see that one.
Dude. So I'm gonna try to get Robin on our show, because he's a friend of mine on Facebook for like forever, and I would love to get him on our show, talk to him,
That'd
and
be
get his
awesome.
opinion on that. He's already put out videos that he thanks Dana White for doing that, because he was trending. Robin Black
Mhm.
was trending. He got more eyes on him, and you know what? More power to him, right?
Mhm.
If Dana White trashes you, a lot of people are going to be looking for you, and then they're going to see the real stuff that you're putting out. So, and he even thanked him. He said, "Hey, thank you. Everything's going on the up."
And Cyborg re-signed with Bellator, so I guess we're not going to see her fight anyone out of PFL, either Kayla Harrison or anyone else. So I guess what's next for her, honestly, in that division in Bellator? She's fought most of the people in that division and has beaten them. So just more rematches, or does she go up or down a weight?
Dude, she is not right now. She should not be going down in weight,
No, obviously that was.
because she will die.
Yeah, I don't think she'd make it.
No, she barely made it the last time, even though she still, I think she won, but still. Um, I don't know, man. I don't know, like, but I'm sure that Scott Coker's got something in the works with her signing back on. Um, she got that fire lit up again for her to come back to fighting, and I don't know, man. Maybe some rematches. Who knows? I
Yeah,
don't even know how many fights she's got under that contract.
that's true.
It could
Could just be
be,
a couple fights.
could be 1, 2, 3 fights, and then that's it. Then she'll probably retire again and then come back.
I wouldn't mind a Brazil card from Bellator, honestly. If they're smart, they would do a Brazil card and have her headline it.
Yeah, but do we really want to see that?
Yeah, but
I mean,
that's,
dude,
well, no, but because you know what would
I don't know.
happen? She would just win.
Well, yeah, because she's gonna be at her home country. I mean,
Exactly.
of course, she's gonna.
No.
Oh shit! What else, guys? What else? Because if we got nothing else, then we'll call it early. Well, today was my last day at work. I am no longer working for the hospital that I'm working with. Starting tomorrow, I start my new job at a new hospital. Well, the only reason why I did that is because of how our paychecks are gonna land. So I didn't want to be left with no paycheck. But yeah, but tomorrow's just orientation. I'm only gonna be there till like probably 12, 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and then I'm done for the rest of the day. So it's an easy day. Yeah.
So it's kind of good that there's no event this weekend.
Yeah, oh, of course.
Yep.
This weekend's gonna be full of fishing, gym, and movies.
Yard
Yeah.
work, movies, and barbecuing. I
Oh,
think.
I already did the yard work last weekend, bro. My wife and I killed it. So we're
Oh, I got lots of yard
we're
work to do,
straight.
so
Yeah, no, we're straight. We are straight. Well, fellas, I guess that's our show for tonight. We are gonna call it 15 minutes early. It is Memorial Day. Yeah,
yep.
yeah, it is. It's
That was really cool.
awesome. He says, thanks. That was fun.
Nice.
Awesome. Hell yeah. So good job, Mark. Hopefully we can get some more guests from
Yeah,
Canada.
I'm gonna
Line
try
them
to.
up, bro. All of June is empty.
Open?
So
Okay.
it
All
is
right.
open
Well,
for any guests.
well, it is, but
It is Pride.
you know what? No.
Yeah, so yeah, let's get some more Canadian fighters on our show, and get some females on here too, man. Because
Yeah, I'm working on it.
So I know you are. So let's all work on that. And yeah, so everybody, thank you so much for watching and or listening. For all your combat sports from around the world, go to fightbookmma.com. The website is jamming. The fan page is jamming as well. The people commenting on the articles that we've been pushing out there is it's doing good. So we really do appreciate everybody's support. Enjoy the fights this weekend. There is no UFC, but there is a shit ton of fights happening. So all the results for almost every single event is going to be at fightbookmma.com. Thanks, everybody. Have a good night. Have a safe Memorial Day weekend. We will see you next Thursday. Peace. Right on. Thanks, guys. Good job, Mark. Mark, good job on this. Let's get some more guests from Canada.
I tagged him for a birthday post, and then I sent him a couple messages, and he said, yeah. And then I said, you know, I made sure like yesterday, today, my kids, everything's still to go for Thursday, because you never know with training camps, right?
Yeah.
And I was kind of hoping he'd be on House of Champions, and we'd get like him a lot, possibly in the background, because he's in the UFC as well. That would be kind of sweet to get him in there. So, but I'm gonna try to get a couple more Canadians. I'm gonna try to get some. I'm gonna try to move to a couple of like unified guys, but I try to.